All right, moving on to another guy who's trying to get back in the NFL, Antonio Brown. You've seen him on social media. He's been working out like a maniac. He's been trying to convince everybody that all of the off-the-field incidents that have been going on for the last like 6 months to a year, he thinks those are all behind him, and he's trying to convince a team to take a chance on him. We spoke with him, and he told us that he plans on making a huge impression on NFL teams at the upcoming NFL Combine, which is going down very soon. So here's Antonio Brown explaining himself his plans to get back in the league, and we're going to talk about potential barriers to entry right after the clip. Watch this.
What is your message to NFL teams right now, Antonio?
I'm excited to look forward and see them guys at the Combine. I'm going to be out there ready to get things back on the right page.
Let's just say you are on a football field next year, which we all hope is the case as well as you. Where do you want to play, AB? I got to ask, man.
Ask them right there.
Where do you guys want to see AB play next year?
Steelers.
Giants.
You're a Miami boy, man. What about the Dolphins, dude? What's up?
Whoever want to win, man, employ AB, man. I'm ready.
Yeah.
I think we should let people know that the Combine is for college players. There's Indianapolis, Indiana every year. But the most important thing for Antonio Brown is every single head coach, scout, GM, even owners are at that Combine. So if you wanted to have an opportunity to talk to pretty much every team, if you're in Indianapolis, that's the place to be.
They all go to the bars and restaurants out there.
That's
So
true.
if Antonio Brown just hits up the bars and just sits down and pulls up a chair and sit and talk to you can have a real conversation with guys. And if he is of sound mind, he can talk to people and maybe convince them to, like, look, I'm not the crazy person that everybody thinks I am.
Because look, that's what it's all about with Antonio Brown. We know if he gets on the football field, he's one of the best, if not the best wide receiver in the world. So it's not about if he can play or not.
It's the fact that he's facing criminal charges in Florida where he allegedly attacked a moving truck driver. It's that he's got a lawsuit with a woman who claims that he sexually assaulted her. He allegedly sent threatening text messages to a woman who accused him of sexual misconduct. Like, all these things that are going on. Plus the fact that he tell off the Steelers, and he told off the Raiders, and he told off the Patriots, and all this other stuff. So he's got a lot of issues going on.
He needs to convince teams that if they bring him in, that he's not going to do exactly what he did to the Steelers and the Raiders. That's his challenge. On top of that, I think a lot of people in the league believe that something is not right now with Antonio Brown.
And also there's another problem. Does he have an agent? Because remember, him and Drew Rosenhaus had a falling out, and Drew said he wouldn't represent him until he got help. Have they mended those fences? Because it helps if you go to the Combine, if your agent is actually setting up the meetings, getting you in contact with the right people and everything.
I think he's spinning his wheels, and it's all for naught. I think his NFL career is over. And the more I think about it, the more certain I am. He had the opportunity with the New Orleans Saints during the offseason, and he blew that. He showed up with an entourage when they specifically asked him not to show up with an entourage and a camera crew, and he did all those things. He upset the Patriots, who everybody kind of feels is like the clearinghouse for troubled players. If you can, if you're having issues, you go to the Patriots, you keep your nose clean with them, and then it's almost like confession in church. You go there, you confess your sins, you make it through, and you got a clean slate. But he didn't do that. The Raiders hate him. The Steelers don't like him. There are so many teams that are anti-Antonio Brown. I don't know where he's going to go, where he's going to fit, where they're going to give him a chance.
As long as he is reinstated, and there's probably going to be a bunch of rules with his reinstatement, as soon as he's clear from the NFL, I think a team will sign him. And I think one of the things that he says, I just want to go somewhere that wins. That tells me he may have the wrong mentality, because he may not have a lot of options. You may just have to go with whoever signs.
It's not the team that wins, it's the team that pays.
Right. So I think that, I think teams will want him. The question is, can he continue on this path? Since he went to jail, he's been apologizing. Can he continue on this straight and narrow path?
I don't think so.
Whoever want to win, man, I'm ready.